We're live.
Yes.
Everybody?
Yes.
Aloha.
I think we can do better than that. Are you ready? Aloha! There we go.
Welcome to Center for Spiritual Living Kauai. I'm Rev Rita. This is Rev Patrick, and we're just happy to have you all here today. We have some new people, so we'll talk to them later.
Yes.
Yeah. So the first thing I like to do is remember our vision statement, which is up there, so you don't have to memorize it. So why don't we all say it together?
We
all
will.
right.
Awakening humanity to its magnificence by walking the bridge from duality to unity consciousness.
Oh.
Thanks to Candy and Cliff, who donated that to us. Give it up, give it up. The invisible Cliff. Of Island.
Thank you for being with us today. And let's see, what else is happening? Nothing right now. Oh, we want to say thank you to the people that came out. There was a small but awesome group, Reverend Diane Decker and her wife, Sue, and I think it was Leslie, that came out to help clean the beach. We really encourage more people to come to that because it's helpful. They picked up a whole lot of trash yesterday and hauled it off.
A lot for three people, I'm telling
so we
you.
believe in cleaning our own backyard, and the beach they clean is back in the back there, right here. So you're welcome to join them on the 4th, Saturday of every month, So with that being said, I think we're in good shape right now to start our opening song,
And also, before we get started, Jeremy and Amy, if you're here for the first time, this won't mean as much, but Jeremy's been under the weather. And guess what? He's back. He's back. And Amy's back. And we love him. All of our prayers and vibration. Yes.
Thank you so much. Aloha, everybody.
Take it away.
Good to be back. Here's an original tune called Morning Bliss. Well, I woke up early this morning, and I could see that the dawn was nigh. And so I started doing some yoga. You know, it made me feel so high. And when I lay down in Shavasana, well, I could feel the sun in the sky. And I knew that the time had come now to go down to the ocean for a ride. Morning bliss when the sun comes rising from the sea. Morning bliss when you wake up smiling next to me. Morning bliss when I'm loving everything that I see. Feeling a new beginning rising up inside of me. Morning bliss when the sun come blowing off the shore. Morning bliss when the waves call you out to come catch more. Morning bliss when I'm loving everything that I see. Feeling a new beginning rising up inside of me. 'Cause I woke up early this morning, and I could see that the dawn was nigh. And so I started doing some yoga. You know, it made me feel so high. And when I lay down in Shavasana, well, I could feel the sun in the sky. And I knew that the time had come now to go down to the ocean for a ride. Morning bliss when I'm loving everything that I see. Morning bliss when you wake up smiling next to me. Morning bliss when I'm loving everything that I see. Feeling a new beginning rising up inside of me.
Today's talk is wake up. I'm in a dream. But right now I'm in a dream right here, right now, knowing that we are creating and painting our own dream in every moment. Remembering who I am right here and right now with eyes wide open. Remembering that this incredible divine frequency is running through each and every one of us. That is how fantastic this thing called life works. And it's working through me. It's working through each and every one of us. It's working with those behind us. It is working with this entire planet that is calling out and saying, yes, I am here. It's time to wake up. Keep the no more snooze alarm. No more snoozing. We are awake. Can I hear I am awake? Can I hear we are awake? Can I hear I am love? Woo, there is nothing more to say except, and so it is.
Morning bliss when I'm loving everything that I see. Feeling a new beginning rising up inside of me. I'm feeling a new beginning rising up inside of me. Feeling a new beginning rising up inside of me.
Woo! Jeremy and Amy, give it up again.
Welcome back.
Well, this
Okay.
whole month is about vision. Do you all have a vision? I bet we do. Sometimes it changes from now and then, doesn't it? I woke up and had one today. I'll tell you about it later, though. And I know this
we're in
lady
trouble.
right here, this Rev right here, is a vision to behold as well, yes?
I am. So we have a vision, affirmation for our month vision. So let's do it, Patrick.
I am now allowing my vision to become my reality. I am now allowing my vision to become my reality.
Let's do it one more time.
I am
now
allowing my
allowing
vision
my
to become my reality.
I think I was saying it right. Anyway, we know the meaning.
That'll be up on the wall. Oh no, we do that by the month. Never mind.
So if you're here for the first time and you might not know where you are or what we do here, we practice a beautiful philosophy called the science of mind and spirit.
Yes.
And in the early 1920s, around that time, maybe before, there was this beautiful man named Ernest Holmes. And he was a mystic, he was a learner, he was not a revelator. He never called himself a revelator, he called himself a synthesizer, because he took all the beautiful teachings from all the different philosophies, brought them to philosophies that promoted love and unity. And he went through all of that and tried to figure out what the common thread was in the philosophies that he studied. And it was unity and love. And so he brought us the science of mind as a practical way that we can use that concept. So that's what we do here. There is a practical way to use the idea that we are all one and that we are powerful divine beings. So if we can't practice it and we can't use it, what's the good of it, right? So that's what we do here. We give tools for people to be able to do that, inspire you on Sundays, classes, events that promote that idea so that we can practice it in real life. So thank you for being here. Real life, what's that? Out in the world, conditional world. So all life is real, yeah.
Yes. And I am very excited today because there's all these new people, and I guess you wonder how I know that, as we've said before, right, Gabriella, that we know you because we're all very psychic and we're in tune to you, but we also know you because you have a lei around your neck. But that's just as helpful in case the intuitive doesn't work at the right time. But we do know something about you, and some of it's really good. And then some of it's really good. Really good. But anyway, I got lost there for a moment. So shall we let them know what I've been telling you all before they got here? What is it? You are magnificent. Woo! And I bet you're wondering how we knew that. We know that because we found that out about ourselves, which made us all just this incredible mental equivalent, as Reverend Diane was talking about today, the mental equivalent. And so if you'll just take your hand and put it on your heart if that feels right or feels good, and say, I am magnificent. I am magnificent. And we're all together in this, are we not? We are magnificent. And then there's some people in the back that, right there, they're magnificent, yes. But then there's a camera up there peering in at us. That means that there are people right inside that, all those people inside that little tiny camera. And they really need to know who they are. Should we do it now? You are magnificent. And before I let you go to each other, I'm going to tell you something really magnificent that happened. I'll say it quick because Rita will say it's not on the schedule. But I was telling somebody that there is this incredible minister, and I don't want to call him out, in Santa Cruz, right? Reverend Elijah Christopher, his partner there, Jason. They came today, but let me tell you the real thing. I wanted to get this incredible mover of new thought here to speak, but guess what I did not complete? I manifested them. They are right there. But guess what I didn't do? I treated, and they say treat and move your feet. I treated for this manifestation, and they're here, but I didn't move my feet to say, if you're ever in Kauai, we'd love to have you. So guess what? They have to come back, wouldn't you say? Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Mahalo. So say to one another, grab somebody, tell them they're magnificent, and then we can move right along with this. You are magnificent. You are magnificent. You
are
guys have
magnificent.
matching. You are magnificent.
You are magnificent. You are magnificent.
What happened after this?
What?
What happens after this?
What happened to what?
It's music, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Diane. All right, let's bring our attention back up here.
Woo!
I
There's a lot of
believe we
energy.
have a blessing of the land in order from Reverend Diane, and also a choir to sing right after that.
That's
So
right.
we're
Our
gonna
choir
set
is
that
here
all up.
today. Woohoo! Choir in the house.
Are you singing too? No. Okay, all right. I'm sorry, I'm a little...
Excuse me.
Good morning, everyone. I decided just to do a spiritual mind treatment today for our blessing of the land. Come sit down, Ruth. Come pray with us. Oh. Why does everybody have to make a big deal when 99-year-olds keep coming every Sunday? Because we love you, that's why. All right, so right where I am, I know that there is a power and a presence and a love that is God moving in and through everything seen and unseen. And so I take this moment to connect with the divine presence within this very land, knowing that we are here on sacred ground by divine appointment. Each one of us is here with the kuleana to take care of this place we call home. Each one of us is here with blessings to give and receive on this island of Kauai. Each one of us is here to bless this place we call the Center for Spiritual Living with our love, our service, our gifts, and it goes out from here in ever-widening circles to bless those around us, our neighbors, here and around the world. And so in this moment, I give thanks that right where I am, right where we are, the blessing has been spoken, and it is moving in a way that is indeed magnificent. It is moving out from here to bless this earth, to bless this place we call our home. And the blessing returns to us multiplied as everything we could possibly need. And so it is with great thanksgiving that I release this word to the law of mind and spirit, allowing it to come forth as us, through us, around us, in the right and perfect way, knowing that the blessing has been spoken and it is done. And so it is.
We'd like to present a song for you guys featuring the beautiful CSL choir. The song was written by myself and my dear friend Elle Christelle. It's called Stories That We Tell.
We can save the seas, we can praise the whales, we can save ourselves from the stories that we tell, from the movement of the trees
she just was hanging out there, and we just said, "You want to come in?" No, we didn't. But this is Naomi. But I'm going to actually tell that vision one, and then I'll turn it over. We live in a yes universe, so Naomi came and said, "I have this poem that I would like to share with everyone. I'm leaving." She's leaving today on another assignment. And so she said, "Can I read it?" And I said, mostly yes, but I have a spiritual director, so I'll talk to her. And then Rita said, "I'm feeling this too." And then we said, "Can you read it to us first?" Because those who have ran centers, we know that sometimes, not always, but it could be a dangerous thing to just to go, "Sure, yes." And then they get up and they do something that, that we'll have to maybe clean up for a little while. But this is not the case. This beautiful, beautiful lady had a vision in 2017, and she was telling me about it the other day, that she said she always wanted to be in a church choir. And everywhere that she would go, she'd miss it, or there'd be a waiting list, and then she had to leave and go to another place. So this time, her vision board came true. So we're celebrating a vision and the vision board. So that's enough of me talking about you. We're going to let you have your 2 minutes and 17 seconds. No, I'm kidding.
And thank you for letting me not contain my exuberance. Because, oftentimes we contain our joy so others don't feel quite so themselves. But let's not do that. Let's share our joy. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're welcome.
The backstory to this poem, because I didn't write it, it was written through me. I lived in a mobile home park, and I would leave in the evenings when my kids were too loud, and I would take my gallon of wine across the street to an electric box where I would sit on this electric box, and I could watch and supervise my 3 sons, but I didn't have to be part of it. And they didn't have to know that I was drinking. And one night, this poem was written through me. I spoke it into my BlackBerry, and I forgot about it. I emailed it to myself, though, fortunately, and I found it about 6 years later in an email. And the words had begun programming my life. And then in 2017, I had an NDE, and I came back a different person, and the poem had become true.
Oh, yay.
This is called There Once Was a Woman. There once was a woman who was wrought with dismay as she passed her reflection in a storefront one day. You see, the eyes were familiar, and the smile was the same, yet that glint in her hair made her question the name. Who was this old woman she couldn't shake free, and who does she think she's pretending to be? Surely she's lost, but that shadow remained, and it followed her home, where her life was contained. When had this happened, the woman bemused? Had it crept up behind her while she'd drifted confused? Or had she been stumbling, blissfully unaware, as time crept up behind her, thinking she wouldn't care if it drew blue squiggly lines down her thighs, past her knees, gnarled up her knuckles, and jacked up her toes. But time didn't stop there. It went and flattened her nose, pulled on her breasts till they pointed down south, and like that wasn't enough, it shriveled up her soft mouth. You see, no one ever warned her that earlobes keep growing, and hairs will pop up where they hadn't been showing, and voices shall quiver, and eyelids will drop as you gaze in the mirror, thinking, when will this stop? Well, this much she knew as her life crept behind her. She'd so much to lose if she didn't move faster. To bind every second, to bind every memory up close to the heart, and relish the seconds, 'cause good times do part. So cherish the lessons and do it while dancing. Don't sweat the small stuff. Choose friends over fancy. Don't spend any time in what other folks think. And always remember, we're gone in a blink. So someday when passing that mirror of you, you won't be caught speechless with no thing to do. You never will have to say, where'd my life go? And no one can counter, it all was a show. You see, no earthling ever will look back to see that they didn't grow up to be all they could be. Your image may alter, but only you know that what matters most is how rich your heart glows. Thank you, guys. And I'm not going to say I'm leaving Kauai, but I'm going off island until I'm assigned here again. So many blessings.
What did you say? I said you're not leaving?
Give it up again for Naomi.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that mirror, that beautiful mirror from within, right? Yeah. So how's everyone doing? Yeah. Yeah. So we're talking about waking up, and it's kind of a theme that's been used before, but today we are talking about waking up because I'm dreaming, and I just want to let you know, for those who started with me when I said I started a advanced consciousness class to further myself, and it seems so far away, and now there's one class left, and a book to finish in 7 weeks. But besides that, the class is fabulous. So 30 weeks have passed. That's amazing to me. And I take it with this wonderful Rev Rita here. And yeah. So this week I've had so many things happen. I just want to share about 7 of them, maybe 10. I'm kidding. You might notice this little thing on my wrist. And about 8 years ago, we bought this for everybody here, and in the house it's called a complaint-free world. If you've ever heard of it, Will Bowen started that. And it's interesting how this ended up in this arm here, and here's the deal with it. When you complain, you just take it off and you have to put it on the other one. And every time you complain out loud, then you have to just keep switching it back and forth till you reach the 21 days, right? Well, the approximate time to complete it is usually 5 months. 5 months of switching it back and forth. And the reason I put it on was I've been doing an experiment in self-love that will be out in September. My scientist in me decided that what good is a book without a test and without an actual experiment. So I've been doing it, but as I've been doing a lot of flushing and allowing self-love and spirit to flow through me, as me, things have been getting kind of interesting. Because where I used to, and by the way, I'm the only person I know that has to change it when they're by themselves. How in the heck did that happen? They said out loud, I said, yeah, but I didn't say a word, but I've been complaining about something going on. So I said, what made me do this was I was in a conversation stating what I thought was facts and things that were going on, but I was actually complaining. And I don't mind saying that because though I walk on water, I do know there are times when I have to really work on this thing. And how I knew I had to do this was I was just stating things. I hadn't talked to him in a long time. I wanted to catch up on all the stuff that's been going on, good stuff and the not so good stuff. And when I got done, and we got done out of the conversation, it was on Zoom, and nothing was really weird, but I felt really heavy. I felt horrible, to say the least. And I wasn't even doing like really heavy duty complaining like I've done in my life. I mean, the real good stuff that's combined with gossiping and a whole bunch, and it just blows up. But I wasn't even doing that. That was just saying a couple things. And Rita goes, "What's wrong with you?" I said, "I'm angry. I got this energy in me that's, even talking about it right now, I want to cry because it was so deep and so horrible." And I said, "What's going on here?" Because I'm a pretty carefree kind of guy. I don't do a lot of complaining, I thought. You know, because they call it benefiting. You know, when you complain, they say, well, this is benefiting. Who? Who's it benefiting? And this isn't about, you know, like take a good look at yourself. This is a point about when you're living in a vibration of love, when you are living there strongly and you're allowing your heart to lead the way, and agreed, the baby has agreed with me, and I'm saying yes, then you can't handle what you used to be able to handle, I'm experiencing. It's the same thing that when you become aware, it is really difficult not to be aware. And so what is happening is I accepted that, and it took me a while, and we came here and did a labyrinth walk, and I did some treating and just kept, you know, just kept flushing myself through, and it was a really good lesson. Because I looked really hard too, I cannot find the justification I used to have for complaining. I don't know about you, but that was a lot of my conversations. That's how we got to know each other. I mean, come on. How else are you going to come up to somebody and say, how you doing? Life's wonderful. Yeah. And so this is a valuable lesson that I wanted to share with you today. And it's not about switching this back and forth, even though I do have some rough marks on my arms the last 4 days, but it's about switching your consciousness. It's about saying, enough is enough. This is not good enough for me. In the quantum field, in what I call the God field, where there's no time or no space, it has pure potentiality. Pure potentiality. Yeah. So once I get through all of this experimenting, I'm sure it's going to be wonderful. But I do know that I'm just going to get it right out there. I'm going to say it before it's all gone. I don't know, complaining is kind of fun. Because it gives me justification for things not working in my life. Because you see, I get to blame you. Ha ha. That way, if I keep blaming you, then I don't have to take a good look at me. And not blaming yourself, and not complaining, doesn't mean that you have that wonderful name called a doormat for anything. What it means is, as I said last week, you looking for your good or you're looking for something else? Because we're going to find it. And I told the brief story of my father, when we had a bunch of stuff going on in our dichotomy, and me walking away from him and saying enough is enough. And that was self-love. That wasn't like, I don't know, this is just such a great time. I should have never taken that damn quantum field class, because now it's just like, I think I've got so much potentiality, because I do. And it's free. It's free. And we come here together on Sundays or whatever event. We come here not to honor the father and mother. We come here to honor ourselves. Have you ever ran into anybody at Costco, you know, and you hadn't seen them for a while, and they're running all, they go, hey, there's Patrick, you know, how you doing? And I go, hey, how's it going? I've been really sick, and I haven't been able to. I'm thinking, wow, I was getting ready for this, because that's what used to happen when they go, we haven't seen you in a while, Patrick, at church. We don't do that. Because this experience, and you all know, it may not be Catholic, but it can be anything. We all know, hello, Father. That's what, hello, Father. I was on vacation, but we went to church every time we were gone, you know. And I'm sitting there thinking, so now I'm running after people at Costco now. I see you. How you doing? I love you. We got to lighten it all up, people, right? Yes. But we have to know enough to remember who we are. We saw Finding Joe, the documentary on Friday, which I thought was wonderful. I'm on a journey. I'm on a hero's journey, but it's not the hero that's all that we see always in the movies. The hero is the person that can love themselves so much. Exactly. I know when I try to love myself, I call for my mama too. Mama. So anyway, we saw this wonderful, and I wanted to share a quote with you it says, I think that people tend to wake up the hero of their own life when they're tired of being the victim of their own life. Anybody ever been a victim? I know nobody in this room, but now speaking of fun, being a victim can be fun. I always say this, I've had pity parties that you would be jealous of. Because I know how to throw them, man. And I don't want any of you there, because if I start telling you about my stuff, you're going to start telling me about yours. And it's my pity party. Isn't it the truth, though? I mean, we are the most incredible creatures. And I am so glad that Spirit decided to store itself in us, because we'd be in trouble if we were on our own. We'd be in trouble. So there's a couple little things. It says, the hero of your own life means you're responsible for your own adventure, which is really cool. All we ever wanted, even as a kid, don't tell me what to do. You're not the boss of me. I want my own life. It's my life, Mom. It's my adventure. Until I needed to borrow some money, and then it was partly her investment and adventure as well. So this is a couple of the things that they say when you're on your adventure. You got 3 choices. Don't you love choices? Nah. You have a choice to surrender to victimhood. Ever done it? Yeah, I just surrender. I say, hands up. And surrender is really cool, because when you surrender, then everything usually goes pretty well, because you're not fighting it anymore. Second one, I don't really want to do that one. You can give your responsibility to someone else and have them tell you what to do. Have you ever done that? Oh, it was so easy. All I had to do is check in on Sundays. And I was clear. And then I went to confessional, and I still do all of that too, but in a whole new thought kind of way. And then the third one is this. Or you can understand that you have a choice and are responsible for your own life. I want to throw something in here. This doesn't mean be alone. This doesn't mean you can't reach out for assistance. It doesn't mean that you're not there to be with someone when they need you to be there. But what we are here to do when we take responsibility is to say you are never alone. You are never alone. You have this incredible being that is inside of you. And what's great about the quantum field is I expand more. It's just almost is so much sometimes that I have to eat to weigh myself down, because I feel like I'm just going to expand. And I'm thinking, we will learn, I know we will, how to expand and be in the non-local, which is the quantum field, and the local, which is this delicious 3D world, and we can have both at the same time, and that's called heaven on earth. Yeah, that's heaven on earth. That's walking around saying, whoo, I'm still vibrating, but sometimes we think we have to separate, right? I'm going to go into a meditation, and then I'll be with God. Then I'm going to take care of everything and fix everything, get everybody happy. Everybody happy? Okay, then I'll be right back. God. But what we're doing now is we're saying, wherever I am, wherever you are, wherever's happening right here, whatever time I'm switching this over to here, it's all God, it's all good. And when you feel like dis-ease has hit you, ever have that? That's when I have to just remember one thing and one thing only. I am that I am. I am that I am. Whenever you get in trouble, whenever your little girl or your little boy comes out and they're scared and they don't know what the heck happened with their life, I am that I am. There is no being that has ever deserted us, ever. ever and never. And all we have to do is say, I am that I am. Say it if it feels good. I am that I am. I am that I am. What a gift. I'm going to leave you with no, I'm not leaving you. I'm just going to leave you with this. I am that I am. Let's not rush by it. Let's just, I am that I am. It's the most powerful. The very breath that I'm breathing, the very eyes that I'm seeing out, I am looking out at, wow. If you could see you the way I see you, I am. Namaste.
How's it going, everybody? All right.
Here's a song Jeremy and I wrote together called In the Sunlight.
It's in the sunlight.
It's in the sunlight.
It's in the moonlight.
It's in the moonlight.
In the look in your eyes. It's in the mountains.
It's in the mountains.
It's in the ocean.
In the ocean.
It's in the way that you smile. It's in the sunlight.
It's in the sunlight.
It's in the moonlight.
It's in the moonlight.
It's in the look in your eyes. It's in the mountains.
It's in the mountains.
It's in the rivers.
In the rivers.
It's in the way that you smile. It's in the forest.
It's in the forest.
It's in the valley.
And in the valleys.
It's in the rivers and streams. It's in the rainbow.
It's in the rainbows.
It's in the shadow.
In the shadows.
Manifest in our dreams. It's in the forest.
It's in the forest.
It's in the valley.
In the valleys.
It's in the rivers and streams. It's in the rainbow.
It's in the rainbows.
It's in the shadow.
In the shadows.
Manifest in our dreams. God's love above
God's
us.
love above
God's
us.
love below
God's love
us.
below us.
Divine love all around. I see it in
I
you.
see it in
You
you.
see it in
You see it in me.
me. This love is so profound. It's in the sunlight.
It's in the sunlight.
It's in the moonlight.
It's in the moonlight.
It's in the look in your eyes. It's in the mountains.
It's in the mountains.
It's in the ocean.
It's in the ocean.
It's in the way that you smile. It's in the forest.
It's in the forest.
It's in the valley.
And in the valleys.
It's in the rivers and streams. In the rainbow.
In the rainbow.
It's in the shadow.
In the shadows.
Manifesting our dreams. God's love above
God's love
us.
above
God's
us.
love below us.
God's love below us.
Divine love all around. I see it in you.
I see it in
You
you.
see it in me.
You see it in me. This love is so profound.
Mahalo.
Thank you so much. I love you. That song was like just so perfect too for what I want to talk about. So when I was in my 20s, that was a long time ago. Boy, it goes fast. You're right, Naomi. So the very, very first musical I was ever in was South Pacific. And I didn't play the lead. I wanted to, but I was just not a Nellie Forbes. So I was one of the French girls or something that invited the guys to the island. Probably a better place for me anyway. But that's another story. Anyway, so I just fell in love with that musical. I fell in love with it so much. I watched it so much. And this idea of the South Pacific and the beauty of it and everything. I was 20 years old. I never really thought much about that until this week when I've been thinking about a lot of things to do with our reality and our dreaming and all of that. And I wonder, like, well, did I plant that seed in my mind and then end up here someday? Or was I already here? Because what I'm learning in quantum physics is everything is happening at once. So am I still that 20-year-old? Am I now here? And is that just a different reality for myself? And it's so powerful, and it's so amazing to know that. And the talk today is wake up, I'm dreaming, or I'm dreaming, wake up, or whatever we said. But it's all the same thing. That what I'm learning is we are dreaming. We're dreaming our lives at all times. We're dreaming what's happening right now, that the idea of a solid reality is really illusionary, that it's all energy. It's all energy. And I have this prayer that I do when I'm in a state where I need to progress to my next level. And it's a dangerous prayer because it always comes true. And the prayer is this: bring up everything that I need to heal within myself. Bring up everything. I'm ready for it. I'll take it on. I'll look at it because I know this. And this is what we're reading this book by Paul Levy, it's called The Quantum Revelation. He says, dreaming ourselves up to be subject to the world, we truly suffer from a case of mistaken identity, unnecessarily limiting ourselves in the process. We then give away our intrinsic power, having disconnected from our sovereignty and creative potency to call for our experience of both the world and ourselves. Disassociated from our creative agency, the world then seems to create the experience for us, with ourselves playing the role of the passive and oft-times victimized witness. Seeing the world in this disempowering way, we then dream up all the evidence we need to prove to us the rightness of our point of view in a self-fulfilling prophecy that further alienates us from one another, our world, and our true selves. And then he goes on to say the psycho-spiritual illness that ails our species is the illusion that objectivity exists as a reality. There is no objective world out there and no objective self in here. This is like, this is huge. And when the world gets that, well, they don't need to get it. When I get that, and when each of us one at a time get that, this world is gonna shift. It is, like Patrick said, going to be heaven on earth because everybody is going, we don't need to save people. We don't need to wake people up. We just need to wake ourselves up and walk as an example of what that is. And it isn't easy. And the first biggest thing of it is to see ourselves in our creations, whatever they are, even if they're not so pretty, to see ourselves. And when I ask everything to come up to be healed, then it happens. Things come up. And they're not pretty. And they're old, actually, old things that I've pushed away because I didn't care enough about myself, or I didn't feel strong enough to stand in my power, to stand in my love, to stand in my compassion. And love isn't always pretty. Love isn't always, is that thing about tough love is true. But if I don't see myself in the creation, if I don't look at the creation and say, what's my part in this? How did this come into being? Then I'm going to have to keep recreating it until I do. And that's what I learned this week. Because that was a big lesson, right? I learned that there's certain parts of my life that I have put on hold and have not expressed fully. And maybe you can identify with this with me. And therefore, they kept coming back and coming back and coming back until it was enough. And I had to stand in my love and my power. And I had to see myself as creating that, not as a bad thing, or not as, like Gay Hendricks said in the film, he said, bad things happen to good people, because it's only because we're being called to be more. We're being called in every moment to be more, not more like, more rich or more this or more that, but more of our true selves. And that's what I learned this week. And one of the two things I use when I get in these situations after I call up whatever it is needs to call up, and we all know it, is Ho'oponopono is the perfect remedy for these things. I use it pretty much every day. Like sometimes I'll be on the path, I'll walk one way for 2 miles or whatever, just doing that. And bringing up all the things that I feel like that I need to see myself in. Does everybody know the story of Dr. Yu Lin? Raise a hand if you know the story. Not everybody knows it, so I'm just going to say it real quick. He was a doctor, psychiatrist, whatever, and he practiced Ho'oponopono. And there was a mental institution where it was a devastating mental institution. The people in there, it was like a violent, awful mental institution. And there were these inmates in there. And he never entered the mental institution, but he sat there every day with the names of each person in there. And he took upon himself his part of that creation and went through the names and did the Ho'opono prayer. Because the Ho'oponopono prayer is not about praying to an outside. It's about praying to your highest self that is part of that creation, and forgiving yourself and loving yourself through that, but taking responsibility for it and allowing it to dissolve by doing that. And so he did that, and I think it took him 2 years, and every inmate was gone. They were released or whatever happened to them, but the mental institution closed down because it cannot stand the power. It cannot stand the power. The things that we think are negative and all that are lower energies or whatever. They can't stand the power of love. They can't stand the power of self-responsibility. And that's what it's about. All our teaching is about self-responsibility. And sometimes that gets people upset because it's hard to take self-responsibility. But it's not about like blaming yourself. It's about saying, like I said, it's coming up because there's a part in you that wants to heal it. You want to heal that part of yourself, not the other person, that part of yourself that brought that about. So once you do that, then it's like a release, a freedom, a way, because like Patrick said about the complaining, when we keep complaining and all of this, then what are we stopping? We're stopping all our creative energy from being able to flow and do the things that are, finding our genius and doing the things that we are doing. So the second thing I do besides calling it up and Ho'oponopono is I do spiritual mind treatment. Because what spiritual mind treatment does for me is changes the consciousness behind whatever it was to allow me to move through it and embrace a new consciousness. And it always, always, always works. And the endings are not always pretty, but they're beginnings. They're new beginnings for, whatever's next for each of us as we do this process of self-examination, loving ourselves, just loving ourselves to death for even wanting to be more, for wanting to be better, for wanting to get in touch and heal those wounds that a lot of us have. We all have them somewhere. There's always a wound that needs to be healed. I really believe that. But it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. And we are powerful. And just like Paul Levy said, why would we want to disconnect from our sovereignty and our creative potency? Why would we want to do that? We don't. I don't. So I just invite you today, thank you for listening to this, because it was a lot for me to say this. It was, but I had to say it, and because I wanted to make it real for myself and not be afraid to say it. And I really totally agree with Paul Levy when he says the psycho-spiritual illness that ails our species is the illusion that objectivity exists as a reality. There is no objective world, and there is no objective self in here. We are one. We are reflections of each other. Her beautiful poem about the mirror, it's just, life is a mirror, and I love that. It just gives me a place to go. So I hope it gives you a place to go, or maybe you're already there, and I'm going to be the one catching up with all of you, and that's okay too. Namaste. Namaste.
Yes, it's in the sunlight,
The sunlight,
in the moonlight,
in the moonlight,
it's in the look in your eyes. It's in the mountain,
in the mountains,
it's in the ocean,
the oceans,
it's in the way that you smile. It's in the forest,
it's in the forest,
it's in the valleys,
in the valleys,
it's in the rivers and streams. It's in the valleys,
it's in the valleys,
it's in the ocean,
in the oceans,
in the rivers and streams. God's love above
God's
us,
love above
God's
us,
love below
God's love
us,
below us,
divine love all around. I see it in
I
you,
see it in
you see it in
you, see it in me.
me. This love is
so profound.
Hey.
Incredible. I was thinking we're coming to the time of collection, which is always the fun time of the day, right? When everybody goes, oh my God, when's it coming? When's the collection coming? But what I'm noticing about collecting is I just had this idea because it's the law of circulation. And I'm just thinking to myself, just in life, just in this room, there is such circulation going on that it's vibrating at that frequency and we get to use it. Isn't that great? No matter what's going on, we get to use it. So let's have at it. So do you have something that you would like them to say?
Yes, I do, but I don't remember what it is. I change it all the time.
Paul Levy
okay,
said.
how about, no, Paul Levy said, how about just this? I choose to give freely and I graciously receive. I choose to give freely and I graciously receive. And so it is.
Nice. Woohoo. And it's a full moon?
Oh, it is a full moon, that's right. I love full moons. Let's go. Malama team, come
Let's
forward.
have a little bit of gratitude. Uh-oh.
Abundance.
Uh-oh.
Living life in this
Abundance.
So much good love in
Abundance.
sweet sensations of a
New day rising in abundance.
I feel myself in this abundance, giving thanks for this
Abundance.
calling in the blessings of a new day rising.
Abundance.
Living life in this abundance, so much good love in abundance, sweet sensations of a new day rising. Abundance, I feel myself in this abundance, giving thanks for this abundance, calling in the blessings of a new day rising. Abundance, living life in this abundance, so much good love in abundance, sweet sensations of a new day rising. Abundance, I feel myself in this abundance, giving thanks for this abundance, calling in the blessings of a new day rising.
So I take this moment to just give gratitude, beautiful gratitude, amazing gratitude for the abundance that's always showered upon this center and that goes out to heal and prosper and bless the world. And all the people here also, we are just a circle of abundance and grace and love, and I am so grateful to both the giver and the receiver and all of it, knowing that we all prosper abundantly. And I'm grateful, and so it is.
So
Thank
it is.
you.
Thank you, Desiree.
Thank you, Desiree.
Do we
Okay.
have
Do we have
master-
children? Do we have children? Yes. Somebody needs to get them, so we're not waiting for them. Where are they?
Well, in the meantime, let's have a few announcements, shall we?
I'm going to get this ready, honey.
Yes, a very important announcement that has to be made is that tomorrow night is, as always, there are the rehearsals for the choir. And it's at what time? 6:30. And we are forming, Barbara Davis right here is forming a children, wonderful choir for them too, and that's at 5. So we're just, you know what we do is if you build, they will come. That's how what we continue to say. And then also, on Tuesday, it's not in here, but on Tuesday at 10 a.m., there's a special little tea party for the volunteers, meaning that Angela is going to have a little tea party. I don't know about tea, but I know it's going to be a party. And she's going to discuss there she is right there. They're going to discuss all the volunteer opportunities, all the things we're going to be planning for the future. And it's at 10 a.m. And we're going to watch a little movie. Then, let's see. Oh, Tuesday, a new face for the Revealing Circle. We're back in a circle, and Rita has put together a wonderful, wonderful opportunity for us.
Okay, I'm going to tell you about that, but I can't get the video to go on. So.
You got to be kidding.
No, it's okay. We'll explain it in our own words. The revealing circle. Okay, so we're changing the format. We will be on this floor in a circle, all of us with the practitioners, and we will be using track music by great New Thought singers, and we will be doing a quantum meditation, we will be doing a heart-brain coherence, we will be doing a circle of love, which is something that I used to do back in North Hollywood. I don't want to explain it now, I'll explain it that night, but we're going to be doing that, and we're also going to be doing a chamber of prayer. So what I expect and what I know from coming together like this, and it's very participatory, is that we're going to raise consciousness, not just our own, but the planet at the same time. So I hope you'll join us on Tuesday night at 6:30. Yeah.
And this is what she didn't get on there, so I'm going to act out the part.
I'll send it out in an email.
Anyway, if you're on Facebook or we're having our 9D breathwork workshop right here on this floor, and it's Dr. Eric, and that's the reason I wanted you to see it, because he actually took 1 minute and 28 seconds to explain to y'all what's happening. But basically what it is, has anyone done breath work before? He's coming over, he's bringing all of his stuff, folks, all his headsets, the eye stuff to block out all of this light in here, and you sit there, you lay for 45 minutes, and then he does a beginning intro, but then it talks through you and as you are on the floor, and we did it, and it's individual for everybody. If there is anything, there is no one I know that could not use and utilize this Saturday at 10 a.m. to 1. Please register today, and if you can't come, give it as a gift, because it is a huge gift to have. It's life-changing for so many people, especially if you're going through any kind of dis-ease of mind, body, and it's just going to be a wonderful day.
And if you want to know more about 9D breath work, it's done all over the place. You can look it up on the internet. Just put 9D breath work, and it will come up, and it'll tell you more about what it is, okay?
Because a lot of people were saying, you know, we need to expand here at CSL Kauai, bring in, like we're looking forward to their Reverend Elijah, and them coming back and doing, you know, turning it over for a wonderful, he's a brilliant speaker. So I just want you to know that, and prayer too, because he does treatment that is incredible. So I'm so glad this connection, and that's what we're doing with Dr. Eric. You know, everyone's saying, don't you do anything? We have so many people, it's interesting. We have so many people signing up that I don't know who they are. And that's really good. It's all the northern people are coming. The north side's coming. Did you pass your word around there, Desiree? Yeah, right. So, and we love that, because why? Because we get to introduce our center, our beautiful home, our ohana to them. So, now.
One little angel back there. Do you want to come on up?
Can we say aloha to Charlie?
Charlie.
I will be gentle with myself, I will love myself, I am a child of the universe, being born each moment. I will be gentle with myself, I will love myself, I am a child of the universe, being born each moment.
This is Charlie, everybody.
Hey, Charlie.
Wow, what did you do?
This is Miss Leslie and Miss Hildegard. Go for it.
Hildegard, love this.
We had so much fun.
Bavarian, yeah. Okay, so Charlie, what do you got going here?
Jellyfish.
Oh. It's a cool feeling, isn't it, Charlie, to walk down this, kind of the king of the road.
But don't leave yet. We
Don't
got to
leave
tell you
yet.
who you are.
I know how embarrassed I would be if I had to walk down.
Okay, so
Charlie.
let's tell Charlie who he is.
Charlie,
Ready?
we're going to tell you who you are.
You are amazing. You are perfect. You are magnificent, and we
love
love
you. Can I lift you up so you
I
can show
will
them?
be gentle with myself.
I will love myself.
I am a child of the universe.
Being born each morning.
Woohoo.
So I want to invite the practitioners up.
He
just-
could. He
Oh,
looks
wait,
like
we
he could be
forgot
my
something
son.
very
Yes.
important. All right. Sorry, Diane. Come on up, Reverend Diane.
Oh, and Sue. Sue.
Sue's counting
Oh,
money.
you're doing. Okay.
I'm sorry,
Sorry,
Diane.
it
Thank you
wasn't
for
a
waving
down.
at me.
Good morning again. We have been called to cooperate and collaborate with the Kauai Independent Food Bank so that our center is assisting them throughout the year. They do a lot of food drives during the holiday season or when there are disasters on the island.
Right.
But the way they prepare for those times is by all that we give all year round. And so I would there's a barrel in the back that says food drive on it for the Kauai Independent Food Bank. If you just think about picking up your tithe check and your can of whatever every time you come to Center for Spiritual Living, and bring something every Sunday. Bring what you can every Sunday. And there's a printout that Angela will have on the counter for each one of you to take home so that you know what is most needed. And what that is high protein, high quality foods for those who are experiencing some sense of food insecurity so that they can support their families better. So if you would work with us, it's a new outreach program for the Center for Spiritual Living Kauai. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. Thank you.
Thank
It's so
you.
nice to have it year round, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And one other thing, what's on July 7th? Is that your birthday too? Wow.
It's
Okay, enough of you. It's CSL Kauai is having its what year birthday?
11.
11th. How did that happen? As I look in the mirror, no, I'm just kidding. I'll never forget your little poem there. Okay,
Okay.
so there's a sign up back there for bringing food. I hear that there's a theme. I think it's German theme. What is it? Oh, now it's Mexican theme? Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
And so,
So-
speaking of which, don't forget to announce that.
I will.
Okay, you
Okay,
ready?
so I will invite the practitioners to come forward just because they will be giving after-service treatments. So feel
Explain what
free
that is in
to,
case-
and they will explain to you what that is. And if you have something that's come up for you or something you want to release, this is the time to have a wonderful gift of a spiritual mind treatment. So before we go into our closing, I just want to thank Reverend Diane, who was our
Yeah.
practitioner of the day, Desiree Hoover, and who was the other Malama team? Luis? I don't know. Yes. And then Sue Buckley and Marion Head, who are the collection stewards today. And of course, Ron Stover and Kiana, who's providing the treats today. Thank you, Kiana. And Jonathan Lee on sound, and Charles Woolfork as our video tech, and Leslie and Hildegard as our youth mentors. And Barbara Davis, of course, and the choir. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Angela Phillips and Jeremy and Amy Brown for our music.
So good to have you home.
So to give our closing treatment, we have a special gift. Reverend
do?
Elijah, are you Dr. Reverend or Reverend? You're just Reverend right now? Whatever you are, you're wonderful. And I pulled
Give
him
it
out
up.
and I
Give it
asked him
up.
if he would do
Oh,
our
thank you for
spiritual
doing
mind
that.
treatment for
Oh.
us. Thank you. He's on vacation, but you're never on vacation from spiritual mind treatment.
I said,
Yeah.
well, maybe he just wants to just be, and I'm nah. No, we'll get him up there.
We can pray. So, hello, everyone. I'm grateful to be here. Let's take a moment. If you would, just take a deep breath in and let it go. Take another deep breath and let it go. If it's comfortable, close your eyes and take another deep breath in. And so as we breathe together, I just want to speak a word reminding each one of us that we are being breathed by something greater than we are. Because what I know is that there is one seamless presence, one infinite being that is living and breathing throughout the entirety of the universe. And it is this one who is shining the sun, who is breathing our bodies, who is splashing the waves on the shore. It is this one who is unfolding in, through, and as everyone, everything, everywhen, everywhere, all the time, God and only God. So in that truth, I remind each one of us that we are spiritual magnificence, that we are the life of the universe, that each one of us is the infinite expressing into possibility, into actuality. That each one of us are the unique individualized ways that the wholeness of the universe expresses itself as our uniqueness, as our individuality, as the life that we are living. So let us remember here and now that this one power is working for us, in us, through us, and as us in every moment. Let us recognize our spiritual magnificence. Let us recognize that we are infinite possibility. Let us recognize that we are the life of the universe. And when we open to that truth, we shine that light into the world. We become the place of remembering, of reminding each other of the truth of who we are. So from that place, I just speak a word of gratitude and celebration for this beloved community of Center for Spiritual Living, Kaua'i. I'm grateful for this consciousness, for this uplifting, for this energy, for this institute of magnificence. What a blessing. So let us take the energy, let us take this beauty, let us take this love out from this place and share it with the world. Let it shine through our eyes, let it speak through our lips, let it act through our hands and our feet. Let the one show up as us today. And from that, let us breathe again, remembering that the something greater than we are is breathing us, is moving through us, is living us. So as easily as we are being breathed, let us surrender to that power that is greater than we are, and let it live us in everything that we do. And so let us seal this prayer and activate this time by saying together, and so it is. Thank you, friends.
Special, thank you.
Just a few days after the summer solstice, so gotta play our summer solstice song. Feel free to get up and move around if you like. Sitting on the front porch with my brethren and my sister on the summer solstice day. Summer solstice day. We're looking at the plants, them intelligent, beautiful and reverent.
Come on.
Growing in the garden today.
In the garden today.
Yeah, we're eating
Sweet red lychee, so ripe and juicy. Sticky sweet dropping down on my feet today. Sticky sweet.
Why not?
Sticky
Oh
sweet.
yes, the sweet red lychee, so ripe and juicy. Oh, so sticky sweet, dripping down on my feet today.
Sticky sweet. Sticky sweet. Sticky sweet.
Oh yeah, we feeling a lot of connectivity and a lot of unity. Yeah, with the CSL family, it is a beautiful community. We're gonna sing along like that. Use your voice, here we go. That's the sound of the lychee juice.
The sweet red lychee, they're so ripe and juicy. Sticky sweet dripping down on my feet today.
I love you.
Sticky sweet. Sticky sweet. Sticky sweet.
Looking at the plants, them intelligent, beautiful and reverent. Growing in the garden
Today. In the garden today.
Just want to say once again, mahalo everybody, have a beautiful day today.
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Let the hug fest begin.
We're sitting on the front porch with my brethren and my sister on the summer solstice day.
Blessed be.
Happy summer,